Super proud of our team, our seniors. This didn't happen today. This happened back in January. Their senior leadership and their commitment to be successful, and I'm just so proud of them and happy for them. Great kids. Really, just feel very blessed to be able to coach here at the Naval Academy, coach such humble, good kids. I'm just happy for them. Just happy for them. And I've been in this game a long time, and it's a pretty dominant performance. So I was happy about that. There's nothing in this game that can say it was a call or this happened or this happened. It's a pretty dominant performance by our team. So I'm proud of them to be able to go out the right way, and happy for our seniors that they can finish off with this win. We still have another bowl game to go to. But happy for the players, happy for the seniors.
Questions? Can you just talk about Malcolm's performance, 304 yards in an Army Navy game? You said about 10 records.
And like I said, I'm more on coach than moved him last year in the roles I think. We're grateful that that he came. He's been a great leader. He's the most humble kid. Here's a guy that's rushed 4,000 yards 3 straight years, and you would think he's a walk-on. You know what I mean? The way he carries himself. But that's our team. We're a team of humble kids. We work hard. Happy for our team, but I feel probably most proud that our guys have done it the right way. Malcolm played well. We won this game. We won 10 games. Our kids graduate. We got great grades. We do things right in the community. And so of all the things, I'm just proud that our team chooses to win. And in today's world of sports, it's all about winning. And people will do whatever it takes to win. And I'm grateful that we have a team and an institution that believes in doing the right thing and making right choices. And it's not just about winning, it's about doing the right thing. It started with Malcolm. He's unbelievable. I mean, it got to a point, I didn't even see plays, I just saw stuff. Either he's carrying it or Jamel's carrying it. You know what I mean? We did some things a little bit different, but we want to open up the box a little bit. We've kind of played against them, and everything's been kind of in the phone booth, and we don't want to play that way. We want to spread things out and let Malcolm and Jamel's talents take over. And that was our game. Very simple, but spread it out and create lanes for those two guys.
What was it about Malcolm's instincts that allowed him to be as successful that he is, especially today?
That's God-given, man. There's no drills. Like, I wish we could show like a clinic like him doing this, and then us come show some cone drills like we helped him. That's him. I mean, either you have that or you don't. So I don't want to say up here, yeah, we run all these drills in the spring. That's the Lord blessed him with that. I mean, he's just an amazing, amazing runner.
Another guy running quarterback getting a lot of publicity in the Mid-Atlantic area. Tonight, a couple guys going to be on stage as the Heisman, a couple of 2 or 3 quarterbacks. What does it mean for Malcolm to put on this show in the middle of all that?
Yeah, I think just knowing him, he just wanted the W. For him rushing those kind of yards, obviously that's awesome, but he just wanted this thing so bad. And I point back to the summer when I came back from Hawaii, and I was going to the office on the Saturday afternoon, and then I saw Malcolm with some other the wide receivers there playing catch on Rip Miller Field, and there's nobody around in the summer at the academy. I mean, it's a ghost town, and just to see him, when I looked out, I thought to myself, this guy has a chance, because he was working on his throwing. From a running standpoint, he's the greatest running back that I've coached here at the academy. His running instincts are as good as I've ever seen. But then he knew that he had to improve on his passing, and for him to do that just spoke volumes. But he just wanted the W.
Given the home place that he started, Jamal Carlos would play such significant moments in this kind of game.
Well, there's another bad decision. Jamel didn't even go to the Memphis game. The guy was on the JV team. Fortunately, we found him, but Jamel's been awesome because it gives us the 1-2 punch. People can't always tee off on Malcolm, but gives us a breakaway threat in the middle, and he's been unbelievable. Jamel's been a huge, huge weapon and asset for our team this year.
Coach, can you talk about the play at the end of the second quarter? The one pass you actually had in the game, the trick play. What went into that thought right there?
Well, that was actually Coach Jasper. He designed that play. Uh, it was off the Philly special, so kind of appropriate to run it here. But we had to change it. We changed it to Navy special, but it was designed similar to that. And I mean, when you call plays, sometimes they work, and you get called an idiot, which is part of our jobs. And if they work, you're happy. But it was great execution it was a heck of a catch by Jamel. That was a hard catch. I mean, I didn't even know that he caught it from where he's in, but great execution. Chance got it off. We had practiced that a lot in the last week, and we talked. Coach Jasper said this. He goes, "Hey, when he designed the play, and just remember being on the staff meeting, he goes, this play is gonna win the game for us." And it was a huge play to start the end of the first half because we got the ball again, and so it was,
One quick follow-up. So when did he design the play? Was it going into this game or earlier this
no
game?
going into this game. So that was Coach Jasper's design.
When you look at the value of the rivalry, obviously, and how things have gone the last 3 years, is this a result that you're going to savor and you think the team's going to savor as much as any other that you've gotten over the years?
How do I put this? And I hope this doesn't come across arrogant or prideful or whatever. I'm just going to speak truthfully to you. That first year they broke the string, we had 6 guys on offense got hurt. I mean, Temple, Matt Rose is a good friend of mine. I mean, they not only beat us in the game, but we lost 6 guys. I mean, I've been coaching 30 years. That's never happened before. And so I chalked that one up. If we have those guys, there's no doubt in my mind we're going to win that game. And in the Snow game, we missed a field goal by a foot. And so people were talking about the things that changed. It hadn't changed. We had to finish it. Last year was probably, I thought, the first time they were better as a team. But then these seniors addressed that. There were some things that we had to touch the line, some cultural things that we had to change in our locker room, and they did it. They did it themselves. They policed the locker room. They changed our culture. And this game, it's a team sport. It's won like this. And it started with our seniors, Patrick.
They couldn't have scripted a better first quarter for what they wanted. You hardly touched the ball. How important was the quick answer after that?
It's for 4 quarters. We weren't going anywhere. I think they thought we were going to quit. We weren't going anywhere. We were fine. It was a long, nice drive by them, but we have resilient kids, tough kids. I knew we'd bounce back, but that was a nice drive by them. But football is played in 4 quarters, so there wasn't no credence to it. There's no need to panic. No need. We just you got that score, but we're coming right back at you.
And your defense, held them to, I don't know what the exact number was, but it was like 50 yards after that 78-yard play. What would you say about the way your defense played?
He's been. I'll start off. The players executed. He settled down a little bit and played really well. But Brian Newberry and his staff, those guys have been unbelievable. Just what they've done with their defense, and our kids have bought in. They've played really hard under that defense. We got great coaches. The hiring of those coaches made me realize not only are they smart coaches, and our players can say that they're good people. Kevin Downing, P.J. Volker, Brian Noward, Brian Newberry, Coach Hall, our guys that we brought in. And so they're the type of guys we're looking for here at the Naval Academy. It's more than teaching, blocking, and tackling. We're looking for guys who come here and teach people how to do things right and choose the right.
Coach, your new comment about the Commander-in-Chief's trophy, and is it in the locker room now?
It's there, brother. And it ain't going there. We had to get that back, and it's back. It's in there. It's about our players, Ava. It's not about me, and just feel very humbled, that I've been here this long. Grateful Chet's kept me this long. But this is always about players. We're as coaches, we try to help our guys, but you win with players. And there's so many plays this year, calling plays. They might bring a blitz and oh, crap, they're going to sack us. And then Malcolm makes a miss, and he goes 30, and you're kind of oh, wait, that was a nice call, but it had nothing to do. It's just players. Players win games, and humbled by that because there are a lot of great coaches, Ava, that have coached in this game, but the players won these games. Tea leaf from Keone's family in Hawaii. They're good luck. And so it's been a lot of good luck this year. Well, thank you, guys. I'll let the players come. Thank you, guys, and I'll let them come and talk.
Well, can you kind of address what Coach just said? That 78-yard drive, 18 plays, they took 10 almost 11 minutes off the clock. That's kind of drive that could break your spirit if you let it, but you did.
I mean, I think that's factual. But coming into this game, I just know the guys that were in practice, since spring ball, we wanted more. So whether it was going to be two of those drives and they scored twice, the product was going to be the same at the end. So I think that's very true. But I think we had at the same time we made adjustments, and we just kind of analyzed our own play and made some adjustments there as well. So.
Did they do anything to surprise you on that drive?
I don't think it was much of surprising. I just think we just didn't execute as much as we wanted to. And I feel like once we started executing, they were getting off the field, loss of yardage in the plays. And one of the big things that we emphasize is when they had a negative play, usually they were getting off the field within the next 2 or 3 plays. So as we started doing that throughout the game, you saw that, they weren't really getting that many yards. They were more so losing yards.
I thought for them to be successful today, they would have had to stretch your defense in the rest of the game like they did in the first quarter. But I think they were able to turn it around and shut them off at that point. Did you see or feel the confidence building in the team after the first quarter to say, no, we're not going to let them do that?
Oh, definitely. Are you saying like our team?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. When guys are out there for 9 minutes of a quarter, that's really not even 9 minutes. It's almost like 45 minutes in actual time. I think we start to realize that okay, something's not going right, and they took advantage of that, which I would expect them to. If you're running the ball, getting 3-4 yards here and there, you're going to eventually get a first down, and they did that. But once we got off to the sideline and they got that first score, I think that was the reality check that we can't have this happen anymore. And as the score showed, they didn't score ever again after that.
Paul, do you think you started to break their will a little bit? Because as Crow said, with all the tackles for loss and the young quarterbacks started to get a little bit deer in the headlights, did you feel like you guys started to take it from them a little bit?
Yes, sir. We started to take advantage of maybe a little bit of his inexperience, but I would just say our defense gained a familiarity with what they were trying to do. They do it well, right? They've done it well for a long time, and it's hard to mimic that. And we're one of the only teams that could properly mimic it. But just seeing it live and just seeing their strategy, we definitely had to keep our eyes right and kind of get the flow. You know what I mean? Like we stopped them. One of our goals was to stop them the first drive they came out on offense. We did that, and then they came out and they came out strong again. And they were doing a few different things, and we just had to make some checks and make sure to adjust. And we did, and it shows.
Talk about the defensive line, the guys that played in front of you guys.
Yeah.
How much it looked like y'all didn't have to a lot in your way. Not a lot of second level blocks.
Have you seen number 99 play?
Yes. Yeah.
Jarius Warren at 11 tackles.
Yeah.
But like it's just insane how, like I'm sitting up here, but like in reality, those two guys, Crow, Perkins, played their best game that they've had the whole year, and this win wouldn't have happened without them. They played incredible. So.
Hey, Crow, can you speak to, obviously you had a lot of struggles in terms of injury during last year's game, and it was important for you to get back and do right for your team. Having had such a successful game, obviously the outcome too. How important is this for you personally?
This was probably one of the most important things this season. Conference championship was one of those things that we definitely had a chance to get, but we kind of put ourselves in the hole by losing to Memphis, and we kind of had to rely on somebody else's success and somebody else's downfall for us to be in a position to win that. But the biggest thing for me, I think, that was always in the picture was after beating Air Force, we had the biggest opportunity to win the CIC, and that to me was more important than just beating Army. I know beating Army was a part of that phase and having to, win the CIC as a whole. But I think this game meant so much more to me because we had already passed first step, that was beating Air Force, and beating Army. Now, we're on our way to the White House. we're going to get a ring on our finger. So that was the biggest thing for me, especially my senior year, and I'd never beaten Army at all. I mean, especially at the prep school. So I think that was one of the biggest things, and I felt like even from the freshman class to sophomores and juniors, that was the biggest thing on their goal sheet as well. Because at the end of the day, the season is going to go how it goes, but you can come into this game 0-12, and if you win this game, it means the world. So I'm blessed to be a part of this team with these talented guys and have us be so successful this whole year. But I think this CIC meant the world to all of us, and I think we displayed that today, and how dominant we were, 31-7. I mean, I don't think that's been seen in a good minute in an Army-Navy game. So I think that meant the world to us.
Take us into the huddle when they called Navy special.
It was a great play call. I kind of suspected it once we got down there. It was a big point in the game where we can go score, go back into half, and then get the ball back. So we were pretty confident in the play. Practiced a lot all week. A lot of emphasis on that play, and it was executed well. So extremely grateful for that to happen.
Coach actually said the catch by you, that was super impressive. If you actually caught it. That ball was hanging up in the air for a while. So what was on your mind?
Right. I just want to make sure I was in bounds and try to make a play on the ball. I knew either way we were going to get points on that possession, so I just try to give myself the best chance possible.
Malcolm, what's it mean to finally get a win in this game?
It means the world. Coming into the season, personally, that was my biggest goal. Of course, I wanted to have a great season, regular season, accomplish a lot of great things, win a conference championship. But for me personally, this was like the biggest game I've ever played in my life. We didn't win the last 3 games, but that makes this win even more sweet. And I'm happy we had the win.
You stayed on the field after you were the last player off the field. What everybody wanted some pictures with you. What did that mean?
A lot of people want to take pictures. I'm not one to say no. So I was caught up for a while on the field. So it's a good feeling.
Malcolm, you all used the shotgun set. Early on, you were bottled up, but as time went on, obviously you found openings. Why did you feel the shotgun formation enabled you to get some running lanes?
We just saw some things in the defense. We thought we could take advantage of early on. I think it was just more so execution of the offense, not so much what they were doing. But just we noticed some things and saw we could take advantage of some things, and luckily we got the ball rolling a little bit.
You began the season on JV, and then you caught and held in a touchdown, 2 touchdowns in Army-Navy game. I mean, what has that journey been like for you?
It's just a blessing. It's been a great experience this whole season. It's just a tribute to what my teammates and I have done this season, how much work we put in since January. I'm just happy to be in this moment right now.
And to follow up, what work have you done to obviously improve your rushing game as time's gone on?
I've just tried to get in with the coaches as much as I can and get in with the strength coaches and do everything I can to help my team.
To kind of build off what Pro was saying, they were in there. Not just the fact that you guys did get one going out, but the way that you got it. What does that kind of mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, I just remember this day a whole year ago, and we all kind of got together after this game, knowing that we had one more opportunity. And as a senior class, we got together, and we've been counting down this day for a long while. And it's super special. And these guys that we have in the locker room, the senior class specifically, have been through a lot. And it feels great to finally get one and bring the trophy back to Annapolis.
Ford, what's it like to watch Malcolm back as it runs away from you after you've executed your block?
Oh, that's a great feeling, no doubt. Get that question a lot, and it's one of the best feelings and something I look forward to every game day. And again, Malcolm and Jamel, these dudes make us look good, and they can get a lot of extra yards and break things free that some people can't, and make us look good. And we're blessed to have these 2 guys on our team.
Malcolm, I see you're wearing a Tennessee patch. You get to play your last game in your home state at the Bowl. Can you talk about what that means and what it means coming off of this win to do that?
It means a lot. I'm extremely happy to be going back to Tennessee. I love Tennessee. A lot of family members will be at the game. So it's kind of cool, to end off my career here at Navy, back at home, in front of a lot of friends and family that'll be coming out. So it's a pretty cool way to end my Navy career.
Malcolm, there's 3 other quarterbacks at the Heisman ceremony tonight. How good is it? How nice is it for you to put on the show you put on today in front of one of the biggest football audiences in the year?
Getting the W, I don't think there's a greater feeling that I've known so far. So I'm just happy about that. Happy the way the guys on offense executed, defense executed well. Just happy to get the win.
Malcolm, if you could talk about the atmosphere before the game, what was it like in the locker room?
It was very, very focused atmosphere. There wasn't much jumping around, screaming. There wasn't much, playing around as it usually is. But just very, very quiet and focused. Everybody wanted this game really bad, and it showed pregame. And really proud of the way the guys didn't let the atmosphere get to them. I think they played well under pressure, and obviously it went well.
Pretty much sums up your season, quiet, focus, and determination. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree. That's kind of the way I like to approach the game. Don't let the highs get too high, and don't let the lows get too low. And I think the team adopted that kind of mindset and used it today to perfection, I would say.
Malcolm, coach gave you a hug at the end of the game for the final drive. Remember what he said to you? What did that mean?
He just let me know that he was proud of me, proud of the way the team played, and obviously we were both extremely happy to finally get the win. And we just shared some words, and that was that.
Ford, your coach spent a lot of this year taking responsibility for how last season kind of ended. Does that pride go both ways? Are you proud of him now? He's the winningest coach in this series.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, it all starts with him, and he's the ultimate competitor. And no one likes what happened last season. And I can speak on behalf of the whole team. There's no other guy we'd want to be playing for. And the way he approached this offseason was something we could all get behind so easily. The way he came in with high energy, bringing in new people, and it's something that was contagious. And for us, we wanted to follow him and kind of spread out through the whole team. And we are the men of kin. So we're happy to be here with a win, and I'm happy to be able to play under this guy for 4 years. I mean, it's a blessing.